Back with Karl Pangelinan, the administrator for GEDA. Karl, some of the critics in the legislature have talked about the conditions, of course, in the federal government, and talking about how the conditions are going to be applicable to our condition and going out the bond, our ability to pay, and maybe with the downsizing of curtailing or cutting some of the federal funding that may go to us and whatever programs, that's going to hinder our ability to pay back, because those programs now we're going to have to subsidize through maybe the general fund. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, those are very, very valid concerns, and it's not something that we just set aside, and we do realize that these are concerns. We're very heavily reliant on federal spending. We're a two-trick pony essentially here on Guam. We got tourism and we got the federal dollars, and if the worst case scenario, if they take a big chunk out of our the federal incomes that we receive, of course we're going to have to take a step back and take inventory of our finances. But with the way that this bond's structured, I mean, number one, again, I'm going to keep going back to this. This is not our money. We didn't ask the people when we wanted to take their money.
That's right.
And so we need to address that, and that debt won't go away. This is not new debt that we're proposing. I mean, this bond will take care of and harden just an old debt. But secondly, I keep pointing to the low interest rates right now. We have an opportune time to lock into a low fixed rate, and so yes, we understand those concerns about the possible lessening of our federal monies. But with the way this is structured, we've got some time to figure that out. And again, this is not relying on the buildup. We've got 11 million rolling off in debt service in a couple of years. We've got another 6 million that for Section 30 payments that we don't have to make anymore beginning fiscal years 2016 or 17. And so we're primed already. We're primed. We can probably have some organic growth to shore up some of those losses potentially with the federal monies. But at the end of the day, we need to address this money that we owe to the people.
Yeah, and again, it's the people's money. Now, the ability, the governor had pledged that once we've paid this and we're calculating up to 2012, right? The 2012. Now, what are we going to put in place so then from 2012 on to 2013 that we never fall behind again?
Another very, very good question. Now, again, with the proceeds of this this bond, a big chunk of it, I think 250 of it goes to pay 10 and prior. The balance of that 311 goes into paying, it's money in an actual account that will go to pay.
That's incurring interest as we put it in account.
That's incurring interest in our favor.
Yeah, sure.
Interest in our favor that will go toward paying 2011. So by the time that first tax filing is done in 2011, when that money is due, we have money in the bank to pay for it. And John Camacho will attest that never in the history
well, your critics will also say that how can you set aside money that people haven't paid yet? But we know the tax time is coming up, right?
That's right. I mean, and we know that there's no money in there right now. So.
Hey, I tell you, Karl, I'm going to have you back, talk not just about this, but some of the economic activity that you guys have planned to get us rolling again, and not necessarily relying on this military buildup. What do you guys have in store for the people of Guam? So we'll try to get you back in a couple weeks, okay?
I'm here.
Yeah. Anything to say to our folks?
No, I just want to thank you for having me on here and just having a chance to present what we've been trying to present.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope that this clarifies a little bit more, but if not, in a couple of weeks we'll have Karl on again to clarify even more. Plus we'll get into what other economic activities the administration has to be able to get us back on our feet again. Hey, join me tomorrow morning in SLS 63 with more talk. Give us a call tomorrow morning at 637.